Are we calling this one a Figaro? No? The necklace, do you remember?
I don't know what we're calling that. It could be a Figaro, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is still available. We'll give you the item number for that. We know that all of the necklaces are always, oh yeah, the Figaro chain that I was sharing with you.
It's 34
inches. And Daryl, what's the price on that? we'll double check and
we'll get
oh, that's coming up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that price. But we're going to move into this 3-piece rope bangle bracelet set, brand new today. This to me is simplicity and elegance. It is stunning on the wrist. If you just wear these three, even if you're just a girl who you want to just maybe wear one of these, you can put one on with that coin bracelet and look at how stunning this is. Or you can choose to put all three of them on and it just works. Now we have two sizes available. We have it in small, medium, which is going to fit a 6 to a 6.5 inch wrist up to that 8.5 inch hand. Now I'm in the medium large. I always wear the medium large. Only 70 remaining in the medium large. And that's gonna fit up to a 9 inch wrist. Now when we talk about that, Paul, we're talking about the widest part of your hand. So that's the part you measure here, but you have plenty of room to get them over. Paul, this to me is just timeless and classic.
It is. You know, when I saw these, I called them 3 gemelli, which is the word for triplets in Italian. And the 3 is such a powerful number in all languages, but especially in Italian. You think about Italy, the home of the Catholic Church, the Holy Trinity. You know, 3 is really important to the Italians. More importantly, artistically, 3 is important because somehow it's more balanced than 2 or 4 or 5. It's just 3 is the magic number. It's what designers and artists always turn to. I would like to talk to you about, again, the gorgeousness of working with pure bronze, because while our earrings are as light as feathers, we're able to make a solid bracelet that feels like 18 karat gold. Most of us have never experienced solid 18 karat gold. Most of us don't even have moms who ever had solid 18 karat gold. This is rich people jewelry. Now we've done this in bronze, and when you pick these up, the first thing you're gonna say is, oh my gosh, this feels like a luxury car. You know, we're American, we buy by the pound. That's a fact of our culture. We pick something up and we ask ourselves, does that feel like it's worth it? Well, let me tell you, these feel like they were 10 times as much. I'm going to do something funny. I'm going to drop them on the table, just like Joan Boyce does that, right? I want you to just hear. They're solid. You don't get that metal.
Wow, you hit that like, look at that.
Oh yeah, look, I should go to the casino. you don't get that clinky, clanky, horrible sound you get from tinny, hollow jewelry, which I hate. This is not singing jewelry, this is real jewelry.
You know what, you're right, they don't make
that horrible noise because they are solid bronze and then they're bathed with 18 karat gold. They are made in Italy, they are stamped made in Italy, they are stamped Bellezza, so you know they are genuine.
Right, but Paul, think about it. If you were to buy one of these out at retail, which we see bangles everywhere.
Sure, of course.
And you would get one for $20, even if it was just a mystery metal. This is bronze it's bathed in 18 karat gold. That's $23.30 per bangle. That's unheard of. And these are gonna last forever. 4 flexible payments of $17.48. They're not gonna ding when you're typing on the